Good afternoon, online family. Are you starting to go stir crazy with the social distancing? Well, stick with me today, and I'm going to give you some tips from the 5 easy steps to help beat cabin fever. So if this video has been forwarded or shared with you, my name is Dean and the cat's name is Bandit, and we're coming to you from Kansas City, Missouri. We've named 2020 our best year ever, and our mission is to help ordinary people like you and I grow and develop our confidence so that they can be successful and make a difference, whether that is at work, at a traditional full-time job, in business, in entrepreneurship, or in life. I absolutely believe that when we work on our goals and dreams consistently, that it boosts our confidence inside and out. So, sorry about Bandit, was a little bit delayed, and we had some issues today with me trying to write. So anyway, sorry about the taps. I was trying to let him know that it was okay to join me in the video today. But anyway, if you're like us, you might be starting to feel some cabin fever, maintaining the social distance that's recommended. So here are some tips and tricks that we can take from the 5 easy steps to make the most of staying at home as recommended. So number 1, redo your foundational schedule. So if you've got spouse at home, if you've got children at home that you're not used to being around everybody, maybe redo the foundational weekly schedule, and help each other get along better. So again, we're going to have to redo our weekend foundational schedule with activities at church being canceled, and the recommendations of not gathering. So again, once you've got that foundational schedule in place, it'll start normalizing things right now. I tell you what, 2.5 weeks ago, something happened to me that is, not related to COVID-19, but something major happened in my life. And thanks to my DMO and thanks to having a DMO and a foundational schedule in place, I was able to pick up the ball and keep running. So, number 2 is to schedule activities that you want to do. Make a list of all those things that you've been meaning to do and schedule them into your days. I mean, in addition to taking some time to watch some movies, get caught up on your favorite TV shows, binge watch that series. Cat hair in the nose. I promise you I will wash my hands. Anyway, there's so many things that you can do. Again, you can, maybe if you've wanted to clean out the garage or, clean up the patio, get it ready for the spring if you're in North America or the Northern Hemisphere. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, maybe you need to get the patio ready for the cooler weather. Maybe learn a new skill. I just read an article from Success Magazine, and here's some things it had. Read a new book. Start a meditation or a prayer package. Prayer practice. Oh my Lord. Start a prayer practice. Again, tackle that passion project you've been wanting to get to for a while. Start exercising. There is no better time to start a regular routine or practice, like exercise or meditation or journaling, when you might have some extra time. Because what's going to happen is if you start it now, when you do get busy and you do go back to, things go back to the way that we're used to them being, you're going to want to fit those in because you're going to remember how good that you feel. So, again, learn a new skill. There's many different ways to do that. There's online courses and online resources and things like that. Another thing that we did this weekend is we made a new recipe together. We were watching one of our favorite shows, Queer Eye, and they made I can't pronounce the French word, but basically it's a apple pie upside down cake where you put the apple pie stuff in the bottom and you put the crust over the top, and when it's done, you flip it over. And anyway, but we did that together, and that's something, that we haven't done in a long time. So again, make a list of the things that you'd like to do, things that you'd like to get done around the house, and make a plan to do those things together. And finally, my third tip is to set boundaries around doing those things. Have you ever heard, I know you've heard that too much of a good thing becomes a bad thing, right? Well, by setting boundaries around the time that you do your activities, you hope you won't get bored, and you create some anticipation for the upcoming activities. So I recently read something by Gretchen Rubin, who wrote The Happiness Project, and she said she wrote the book The Happiness Project, and she says in the book that that part of happiness is the anticipation of things to come, and that's how boundaries help. So yes, I'm saying two things. Number one, you should schedule your time at home just like you would, at a job. And number two, you should limit those activities to, you really should limit those activities to an hour and a half, 2 hour max. Break things up. Sit down and watch a movie, and then get up and go do some chores. Sit back down and watch a couple of episodes from your current series that you're watching, and then get up and play a game together or make a meal together. And don't forget to divide up some individual activities. Again, if the people in your house don't all like to watch the same thing and you've got the option, maybe from noon to 2, everybody watches their own thing, but at 2 o'clock we reconvene as a family unit and we watch things together. So, in summary, the 3 things that you can do to help beat cabin fever is revisit your foundational schedule and make a new default schedule. Make a list of the activities that you'd like to do and like to get done, and then schedule those activities in 1.5 to 2 hour blocks so boredom doesn't set in, and you build some anticipation for the enjoyment in doing those activities in the future. So, if you like these ideas from me, my handout today goes back to my foundational schedule handout. Let me see if I can figure out how to get that in the frame. But remember my foundational schedule handout? Well, I can send this to you in a PDF form, and you can rework your foundational schedule during our times of social distancing. Thanks so much for watching, and make it a great week.